Hello, everybody. My name is NaTisha Washington, and I'm the Communications Manager for the Breathe Project. In this video, I'm going to be walking you all through how to use Basecamp. Now, Basecamp is an online project management tool that you can use when you are collaborating with various organizations around different campaigns, and it makes the communication of these projects much easier and puts all of the information that you need for your campaign in one place. Now, with a collaborative of over 65 organizations, we are no stranger to collaborating campaigns. So we've been using Basecamp to organize all of the work that we've been doing so that we don't get surrounded by thousands of emails and documents trying to finish these different campaigns that have different topics, different data points, different messaging. So Basecamp has really helped us to organize that all so that we can fulfill our duties and continue our fight for a cleaner environment. So I'm going to share my screen and walk you all through all the different aspects of this platform and how you can utilize it in your collaborations. Now, when you first open Basecamp, you're going to be met with this home screen. Now, if you are a host organization, I will briefly go through pricing with you. But if you are not a host organization, which means you won't be the main administrator of the account, then you can go onto this page and go directly to the sign-in, where you can enter the information that you have gotten through your email to sign into the Basecamp under the host account. If you are hosting a Basecamp account, then you are going to be on this home screen and want to go to pricing. Here you'll see three different options for Basecamp. First, you have your Basecamp free option, which is just if you have one project, not a lot of information that has to go into it. You can try it out for free, see if you like it, and if you do want to do more projects, upgrade to the other selections. Now, there is a plus selection that does let you have unlimited projects, but you do have a pay per user pricing, which means every user that comes into the space, you will have to pay a price for them coming into there. You can go pro unlimited, where you can have unlimited amount of projects, unlimited amount of users. They have new upgrades with timesheets and different things that you could do with admins, and unlimited space for all of the information that you will be uploading onto your Basecamp. So if you are trying to be a host of a Basecamp account, please consider these prices when you are going into signing up for this platform. Now, I'm already signed into my account. But once you sign into your account, you really just have to use your email and your password, and it will bring you right to your home screen. The good thing about Basecamp is it's not something that is just on your browser. They also have an app that you can download on your phone, and you can download on your computer for easy access. Now, if you want to use it on your browser and go straight from the sign-in page, you can definitely do that. But if you want to have it easy for you to check into notifications and projects, I would highly recommend downloading the app. Now, once you open Basecamp, you'll be met with this homepage, which will show all of your different campaigns that you are a part of. If you are part of an organization that has many campaigns, as you are added onto them, they will show up on your main screen. If you are an administrator on this page, you are able to not only see all of the campaigns, but you are able to add and remove people from different campaign projects. If you wanted to make a new project, you would go to this Make a New Project button, and you would fill out some basic information on the title, the description, the different tools that you want to use that we're going to be going over a little later, and the people that you want to be a part of your project. Now, this is mainly for people who are already on Basecamp, but you can also add people that may not already be on your Basecamp account to a specific project. So to do that, you would go back to the home page and you would go to invite people, and you'll get three options. One option is if somebody is working for your organization, that is the host account, you can add their new email on here so that they can be an administrator to the Basecamp, or which is usually the most common thing that is done when you're inviting somebody from a partnering organization, a contractor, somebody that's collaborating on the campaign. You would add them using the second button, and all you would really have to do is put their full name in, their email address, their job title, and add their company. If you already have people from that organization that's in there, it will pop up and you could just select it from the down menu. But if it's not in there, you can also add it as a new organization that is part of this Basecamp. And once you send it out, it'll email your request to the person that you're requesting, and they will sign into Basecamp and see the home screen with that campaign on their homepage. There is a third option for people who are clients. They can't do any add-ons to the projects, but they are able to review the information. So this is more of a viewer option. Now, if you are an admin, you will have this little logo up top that says Admin Land. That really just shows you all of the different options that an administrator would have when it comes to changing things on this platform. I will not get into that because I want to mainly go over the campaign parts, but do check that out and do look through it and see how you want to manage your space when it comes to organizing these campaigns. I'm going to go into our Breathe collaborative space where you will see a couple of things. First, you will see the title and the description, but you will also see these little bubbles at top. And these bubbles are all different people that are a part of the campaign. Now, some of these people can be set up to have full access to the campaign, which means they're fully interacting with it. They get all the updates. And there are some people that can be just collaborators on this campaign. So if you are an admin, you will have the capability to set up who's on your team and be able to add people, whether they are currently on Basecamp or not, to this project. Now, the main section that's used on your campaign block is the message board. Now, the message board is the alternative to sending these thousands of emails. What you'll see is anybody who is a part of the project that is doing organizing or actions within them can upload a message. That can be a news report, it can be information that's being shared, it can be an alert of something that's going on, it can be an event. Anything that is related to the campaign can be added into this message section. Now, if you wanted to make your own message, you click the new message button and you give it a title, a description, and much like how you can do with your Word documents, you can add links, you can bold, you can make text bigger, you can make bullet points, and you can even add files through this paperclip icon. So if you wanted to add any photos or any documents to what you're sharing, you can do that as well. And as I stated previously, you can share it to all of the people that are in the team or just the people that are main contributors to the campaign. You can also do a selection of who you want to send this to. So say you have a small committee that is focused on a specific task, you can go in and select all the people in that committee, and that message will just share to them and it won't be a part of the main timeline for everybody to look and go through. Once you're done, you can either save it as a draft, come back to it if you need to. You can post the message immediately, or you can go to this clock where you can schedule the message to be posted at a different time and date. One more thing about messages, you can also pick a category to put your message under. So if it's like an announcement, an FYI, a question that you want to ask the group, you can select one of these categories, or you can make your own category as well. Because what will happen is when you go to your message board and you go to this all message section, what you can do is select just announcements. I just want to see all the announcements that are going on, and everything that has an announcement tag on it will show up in this section. It's a great way to kind of filter through the type of message that you're trying to look for. Now, Campfire is similar to your message board, but it's kind of like going into the DMs of the project. So these are your quick messages that you want to send to the group, something that may be urgent, something that may be an FYI, something that you just want to make sure that everybody is getting as soon as possible and highlighting it so that people can take action quickly. This is the space where you can do it if you're not just sharing like general information. You could also, if you want to directly ping somebody and send them a direct message by just typing their name in and sending a message like you would any other message. The second most used section of this campaign block is your docs and files. Now, there are many documents that can be attached to a campaign. So not only can you upload these documents onto this section, but you can also make folders of these documents. So say you have a grouping of data information that has messaging attached to it, that has maps that go along with it. Instead of just uploading all of that information separately, you can put it in a folder. And the cool thing about this is you can also color code your folders as well. Another option, if you are looking for a specific document within these collaborations, you can also use the Find button up here, and I will go more through that soon. If you wanted to add your own document, you go up to this new button up top, and you can either start a new document from scratch, you can upload a document from your files, or you can use one of your cloud storages. You can also directly upload those documents onto here, or make a link that shows where it is in here or in the message board as well. Now let's get to some of the project tools. Now you have a couple of different project tools that you can use on here. Of course, the schedule is a place where you can put different events that are happening, maybe different planning meetings or committee meetings that you have around this campaign can be put in here, or different webinars. Anything that's related to the campaign that is an event can be added into this schedule. Now, the good thing about this schedule is you don't have to go between this calendar and the calendar that you have. You can actually integrate them. Whether you have Google, Apple, Outlook, or a Hey Calendar, you can go into one of the options. I have a Google Calendar, and you can copy this URL to your clipboard, go to your calendar settings, and upload this calendar via URL. If you want to add an event, you just go up to the section, put in the title, the date, if it repeats, any links that you have to it, and just post it up there onto the calendar. The next tool that you'll want to use for your projects is this to-do section. Now, this is for tasks that you need to complete. Say you have an event and everybody has a different task that they have to fulfill. What you can do is you can go up here, make a new list here. You give it a title, you give it some detail, and then you start adding a list. So for example, let's just make up a random to-do list. So let's say environmental event. This is a test example. And then you add the list, right? So once you create your list, then you're going to start mapping out your to-dos. And with each to-do, you have what the task is, who it's assigned to, who's to be notified when that task is done, what the due date of that task is, and any other additional notes that you need for this task. And you can just keep adding tasks until you are satisfied with the list, and then it will be available to see from everybody. The list will pop up right in the to-do section, and then when people click on it, they'll just start checking off to-dos. Now, the third tool that is helpful are these automatic check-ins. So automatic check-ins are something that you want to stay updated on. So say you want weekly updates on a project that is happening, and say, well, what's the status of this update? Is there new information on it? Instead of asking the same question every week, what you can do is you can make a question. And let's say, it's been a poor air day and we want to know, how has the air been? How has the air quality been? And you can select how often you want this question to pop up. And what it's going to do is it's going to pop up for everybody who's in that campaign to answer. So you'll say maybe once a week on a Monday, I want people to answer this question. Maybe at the beginning of the day. And you can either select everybody that's in the campaign, or you could select a few people. Maybe there are people that have the specific job of looking at air quality, and maybe you want to select those people. And so every week you're like, hey, how's the air quality this week? And instead of you saying it in every meeting, instead of you posting that message every week, this will just automatically do it for you. Now, this isn't just for weekly updates. It can be something you want to check in, maybe monthly, maybe daily, but it just takes all of the extra time of continuously asking the same question over and over again, where you can just have this section automatically do it for you. Now, there are many more tools that you can utilize on Basecamp. So now that we've gone through the campaign blocks and all of the tools that you can use in there, I'm going to show you all what these icons at top are for. So these are your general menu items. You have your home screen, which is what we are on now, and then you have a icon called lineup. Now, lineup is if you have different projects going on, say you're a part of multiple campaigns that are doing various projects. This will show you a timeline similar to a Gantt chart, if you're familiar with those, that will show you when projects are starting and when they're ending. I already previously mentioned pings, which are private messages that you can DM to people that are on the Basecamp in your groups. Now, this icon in the middle is probably the main icon that you're going to be utilizing, because this is where all of your notifications are. So this number is how many notifications I have that are new, and it's just your little inbox of notifications. So it can show off as a drop down menu. You can also show it as a full page if you go to see previous notifications. And all of your new notifications will be shown at the top. If you are looking through them and you're just like, okay, I got all this information, you can mark them as read, and they will then become previous notifications. So this is to notify you whenever somebody is uploading something new onto one of the campaigns. It will show you the title, it will show you a brief detailing, and then it will show you who uploaded it and what project it's a part of and the time. So if you're ever behind on what's going on in all of your campaigns and you don't want to go through every block and go through all the messages to get caught up, you can utilize this notification section. Now, there are some options as far as emailing these notifications that I will go over later. But first, let's get through the rest of these menu items. The next icon is activities. So this is where, similar to the timeline that you see on your campaign blocks, this is where you can see a complete timeline of all of the project's information that is going on and what's being uploaded at what time, under what project. And you can even have the option of filtering this information by each project by changing what name project you have. So I can put in Breathe Collaborative and then say I also want Claritin, but I don't want to look at the other notifications because these are my most prominent projects. Now, of course, I'll look at all of them, but if I just wanted to look at those two right now, I would put them in, I would filter, and it would pop up all of the notifications from just those projects. You can also filter by a person. Now, this little smiley face that you see up here is all of your stuff. These are all of your assignments. These are all of your scheduling. This is all of your messaging, your activities that you're doing, anything that you're doing on this Basecamp. This is where all of it's going to be housed. And if you're like me, always trying to find stuff and always looking for information, and maybe you don't want to scroll through and just want to get straight to it, you can go to this find option and you can just type in a keyword. I'm just going to say air quality report, and it will start off by searching all of the spaces, but you can filter it by maybe this was an event that somebody had posted, or maybe it was a message that somebody sent, or maybe it was something that was in documents that I'm looking for. You can filter it that way, or you can filter it by, oh, I remember, maybe Deb posted it, or maybe Joe put it up, or maybe it's in a particular campaign and you're saying, oh, I want the air quality report that was shared with the Claritin campaign. and it will show you all of your results, which you can scroll through. And if you do not see it, you can select the option to see all your results. That will take you through everything that has that highlighted keyword. So now that you've gone through all the basic knowings of Basecamp, let's go through some of the settings and notifications that will help you. You can select how you want to be notified about things that are being uploaded and changed onto Basecamp. And if you want to reduce your emails, I highly suggest going for summaries instead of being updated about everything that is going on. But what you don't want to do is click that option on the what, because the what is your hey section. So if you're not being notified about everything that's going on, you might not get all of the information in your notification. This includes your messages, your comments, your to-dos, and the only other option that you have is if you just want to be notified when somebody is directly messaging you. When it comes to reminders, I do like to be updated about upcoming events and assignments that are assigned to me. But the one option I do have checked off is my email notifications. Now, when you have a notification from Basecamp, say somebody put up a message, all the things that you'll see in your hey section, there will be an email that is attached to that. And if you have this checked off, then every time somebody puts something up, you will get notified in your emails. But I do keep up my pop-up notifications, just in case there's like a urgent air quality alert that's happening or a meeting that's being rescheduled. I could be notified pretty quickly. And you can even check off if you want to see the number of notifications that you have on your hey section. You can just have the little dot. And for myself, as I use my mobile devices, you will have an option of notifications on your mobile phones as well. Now, I do try to keep my notifications just in general, not just in Basecamp, within my work hours and just a little outside of it, just in case of emergency happening. And I do not have them come up on weekends. So you can make that possible for your notifications as well, as you can say, work can wait. And this is the time in which notifications can come to me, and these are the days. If anything happened after those hours, just catch me up later. And then you just save whatever your options are. Now in your profile, you're going to have your email, your title, your name, location. You can even write a little short bio for yourself. And if you want it to be removed from the account, this is also a page in which you can request that. Now, the preference section is really just how you want things to be displayed onto your Basecamp. So, I changed mine to have this green color because, green for the environment. But you can also change how yours looks, whether you want it to be black or purple or red, however you want it to be set up. And usually I have it as whatever the same as my computer is for whether my screen is dark or light. But for this example, I am going to keep it light and bright. You can also showcase what first day of the week you want to show. This will affect how you see your scheduling in your messages. And, different than a lot of people, I use 24-hour clock. So I keep my timing on that. So when I have notifications, it's not saying like 12 a.m., 12 p.m. It'll say 12 o'clock or 00 hours. And however you want your clock to be, you just save all of your preferences and it will keep it saved like that until you change them. Now, if you are going out of the office, if you are on holiday, you can click this I am out option, just so people know, especially if they're tagging you, especially if they're adding you to things, it will notify them that you are not presently available. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you were able to learn more about Basecamp and how to use it so that you can start better collaborating with your organizations, because together we can do bigger fights than we can do alone. So I am happy to share this information with you all so that your campaign collaboration doesn't have to be as messy and complicated, and can utilize this tool to make sure that everybody is on the same page, that tasks are being done, and that information is not being lost in a web of emails and document leaks and etc. So I will see you all on another tutorial video that we will have coming up soon. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.